It makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. In Virginia, there are 11 absolutes that I'm aware of. Don't blaspheme my God. Don't talk about my mama. Don't mess with my spouse. Been married to mine 34 years, you better not. Don't hurt my sister. I don't have one, but if I did, don't mess with her either. Don't touch my daughter. Don't lie about my friends. There's been a lot of lying going on in this situation. Don't take my gun. Don't scratch my truck. Don't kick my dog. Don't call me a Yankee. And do not try to tell me what I can and cannot do with my own private land. In other words, amen, number 12. In other words, removing property rights is wrong. And that's why you're out here tonight. I remember being an 8-year-old boy and my brother and I set up a seafood stand in front of my grandmother's house. My dad didn't always have the gas money to put in the boat. And we figured this was going to be a creative way to always have gas money for our little boat, to go skiing and fishing. And we set up this we got a poster board, and when we put in, we had crabs and clams and shrimp and all kinds of stuff out on Chesapeake Avenue in Hampton. Today, if my grandchildren tried to do that, would they be arrested?
Yes.
How have we created a society that is so great and so grand and so wonderful that we need all these additional restrictions and regulations? Do we not know if we buy a shrimp or clams from an 8-year-old kid that maybe it's not quite as clean as if it came from the grocery store? Or maybe it's cleaner. Let us decide. Let us be responsible for ourselves. This is not about my family oyster farm or Anthony's family oyster farm. Please don't get this misunderstood. It's not about us. It isn't about oysters, tomatoes, or chickens, or pigs, or anything else. This is about the government abuse and power and authority. It's about standing up against government officials that are taking out personal vendettas against citizens that they disagree with. This is not the way to run the government. Maybe the York County Board of Supervisors agree with Karl Marx, who said the very idea of private property makes people selfish and greedy. Wanting to be left alone to farm our land and use our private property in harmless ways is the American way. It is not greed. Removing property rights is wrong. The government itself is really not the problem. But if left unchecked, it's some of the people that control the government that are the problem. Our government is here to ensure freedoms, not remove them. To protect us, not punish us. To bring justice, not personal retaliation. To bring order to our society, not dominion over our families. To secure our liberties, not remove them. Let us tell our supervisors, and tonight at 7 o'clock, in about 20 minutes, the planning commissioners, one of which has an oyster farm, by the way, legally sanctioned by York County. Let us tell them that they are here to do the right thing by us. That rezoning our land and removing our existing rights is the wrong path for York County. Now this is the active part. I have a few questions for you guys. Are we going to sit quietly and let the York County Board of Supervisors take away our existing right to farm our own land? No! Are we going to allow laws to be passed that won't allow our children and grandchildren to set up vegetable stands in our front yards? No! Are we going to accept them telling us that we can't have chickens to feed our families or our neighbors' children? No! Are we going to allow these rulers to tell us how many dogs and cats we can have? No! Are we going to allow them to completely destroy the already decimated seafood industry by not allowing our waterfront neighbors to tie up their little workboats at their own personal private docks?
No!
Are we going to allow the supervisors to keep hiring so many people to monitor and control the activities that we do on our own private land that they have to raise taxes again, as they did 2 years ago, 12.7% in the middle of a recession?
No!
Are we going to sit quietly back while they raise our taxes so much that our elderly neighbors and our friends on fixed or reduced incomes have to move in with family or move out of York County?
No!
If we don't turn York County and Virginia around, if we keep electing rulers to rule over us, we're going to owe every past generation since the 1600s a huge apology, and every future generation an even greater apology. We cannot sit back. We have to risk the punishment of the unfair rulers. We have to fight against unfair laws and unfair lawmakers. We must sacrifice our comforts and risk our reputations to restore the America that our forefathers fought and died to create. I know no other way. Thank you for being here tonight. And please say with me one more time, removing property rights is wrong. Removing property rights is wrong. Removing property rights is wrong. God bless you for being here, and I hope to see you inside.